It's Art Tip Tuesday. How about some color mixing today? I love mixing new colors, and I think greens are some of the most fun ones to play with. Today, I'm using Payne's Gray and Indian Yellow, and we come up with some gorgeous greens. If you decide to try this, I would love to see what you paint, so be sure to post it on Instagram and tag me so I can see your green creations. Thanks for watching. I thought that I would do a little bit of color mixing, and I thought you might like to come along for the ride. I have a little color journal that's just a sketchbook, and that's where I like to play around with color mixes, and then I can look back and see, if I'm looking for a particular color or just some inspiration, I can look back and see what I came up with. And if you want to take a look on my YouTube channel, I do a flip through of this color journal and talk a little bit more about it. But today I'm going to play around with some Payne's Gray and some Indian Yellow hue from Golden. The Payne's Gray that I'm using is from Nova, and every company that makes theirs a little bit different. Some are bluer than others. If you haven't yet discovered the beauty of Payne's Gray, I urge you to run right out and get you some. It is a cool, dark bluish black, really. I use it in place of black a lot of the time. And if you mix it with some white, it makes the most beautiful grays. Today, I'm going to mix it with some yellow, and we're going to make some fun greens. So let's just jump in and get started. I have a little bit out on some palette paper, and I'm just gonna start. When I work in my color journal, I like to start with the pure colors so I know what I have, and I will usually write down, but I'm not gonna do that right now. So here's just some Payne's Gray by itself. Okay, and then I just wiped off my brush. Let me get a different brush for my pure yellow. Then I have this Indian Yellow, which I love, and I'm just going to put a little bit right there so I know this is what I started with. Then I think I will take a little dab of, let me wipe that off, just a little dab. I'm just using gesso for white today, and I'm going to just mix a little white there with it, like right on in my journal. So I can kind of see what a pretty yellow that makes. Then let's do a little bit of white with my Payne's Gray. There we go. Just to kind of see what it looks like just with white. I hope the color is true enough on this. My lighting isn't very good. It's late in the day. On Sunday, I'm recording ahead of time. Yay me, thinking ahead. So let's take just a little bit of the Payne's Gray and mix a little bit of the gold Indian Yellow into it. And I'll start with that, and then we'll just kind of keep working up. It's a deep green. Now I'm going to put just a little bit, here, let's put a tiny bit of white in with that. Using a different brush for my white. And I'll put that beside it. And I should be writing notes. Normally I would, but I'm not going to take time to do that since I'm videoing. Isn't that a beautiful grayish green? Looks really dark on screen. I don't like that. Okay, so then let's take our Payne's Gray and a little bit more gold. And I am, if you know me, you know I don't do things precisely. So I'm not really measuring, I'm just, a little bit more each time. That is a beautiful, deep, I would call it kind of a sap green. So you want sap green, you don't have any, Payne's Gray, and a little bit of Indian Yellow. If I put a little bit of white in with that, that's so pretty. A little bit more white. I like to mix greens when I'm painting florals a lot of the time, or nature type things, because greens right out of the bottle just don't look natural. So let's take more gold and a little less gray this time. And look at that. That's like a kind of an olive green. Really pretty. Put a little bit of white with that. You can, sometimes I will just gradually add more and more white to it and get several tints, and you can see all the variation that you can get. That's a beautiful green. Okay, let's take more yellow and less black, or excuse me, less Payne's gray. You know, I don't know if you know this, but you can also mix yellow and black, and that makes really nice greens, which is kind of what we got going on here. But the Payne's gray is very cool and has a bluish cast to it, so we know that yellow and blue make green. Okay, so I just kept adding some more of the yellow in there. That's so nice. These just, I love these greens. I think it's so fun to mix colors because you never know what you're going to come up with. And you can take two colors and white, and just the possibilities are almost endless. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now I'm going to take some of the yellow and put just a tiny, tiny bit. And that is a beautiful olive green. Beautiful. So let's put a little dab of white in that. Oops, I got more gray on my brush here. I don't like all that. Let's get some white in there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Take some more white and get a really pale one. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to do one more. I'll wipe my brush off. I'm going to take the Indian yellow and the tiniest touch of Payne's gray. So that gives me almost a green gold, which is a favorite color of a lot of us. Beautiful green gold. And then we put a little bit of white in there. And we have a beautiful soft green. So sometimes when you don't really feel like painting, or you don't know what you want to paint, or you just want to play around, get you a couple of colors and mix them up and see what you get. Thanks for watching.